Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Sunday, September the 24th races at Hastings. We'd have 8 on tap. We'd have a good feature race. It's for overnight handicap for 3 and up. Allowance event headed by a couple of BC Derby participants. Driller will be the morning line favorite, but should be a good race. That'll be our feature event. We do have that $28,000 pick six.
Nobody gets it on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Heading into Sunday as of taping, obviously, keep an eye on that, and perhaps could be, a nice little wager on Sunday. It will kick off in race number 3 to see this guy pick 6. Let's get into race number 1. Got to field the 5 fillies and mares here, and onwards a 3 lifetime going a mile on the 16th. I was torn between the 5 Irish Lass and the 2 Flaming Youth. Flaming Youth has yet to prove she can go long, but Irish Lass has. So I'll try Irish Lass. Got a nice trip in behind the speed last time and got the dough. I'll put Flaming Youth, who had a nice win at the non-2 level sprinting last time, but still looks like she should get the lead in here. And I put the 3 Were As Good As Gold in for third. I thought 5, 2, and 3 were the horses. I've left out Storm Cruiser and Velvet Rose, who could both win the race.
Yeah, I know.
There's no one. This is a 5-horse field.
I had a tough.
There's going to be a blanket finish. Velvet Rose probably not as productive going a mile and 16, but Storm Cruiser is. But she hasn't been kicking in either. It's a tough race where you're kind of nitpicking here. It's hard to just edge a little more out of a horse that you think will win. But I went 5, 2, 3.
Yeah, I didn't have a very strong opinion in this race. This might be an all button for me. I did land on Velvet Rose. You go back to those 2 long races, 2 back. 1 to 4 non-2 level, then just got beat a nose in the non-3 level. Came back sprinting, ran disappointed, but now going back long, I'm hoping for a better effort from her. And it could set up with her Flaming Youth going. We're Good As Gold is showing speed going long, so I'm hoping that Velvet Rose can get the run of the race. Velvet Rose on top of your top 2, Flaming Youth and Irish Lass. I went 4, 2, 5 in a very muddled first race. On to the second.
That's
3 and up.
6 back.
4,000 non-words of the year, 3 and up, non-4. Non-winners of the year, non-4, 3 and up. Colton Gelding's going 6.5 furlongs, field of 6. And I did go to the 6. Rock Concert was claimed out of this event in his last start. That was back on the 21st of August. It's come back with a snappy work in 59 and 4. Does attract the services of leading rider Richard Hamill. Definitely, I'd say, like the most talented horse in the race. I got Rock Concert on top of Cowboy Phil, who's right there in all his starts. And ran a 4th last time. This is his first time he hasn't hit the board this year. But I'm looking for him to rebound better for trainer Phil Hall today. And I put It's Finally Friday. He comes out of one of those non-1, 2, 3 horses of the meet where he won pretty comfortably, and it might be just what he needs to get his form going back in the right direction, because he does have a lot of back classes. A horse that ran consistently at the $16,000, $25,000 level competitively throughout his career, and maybe that dip down into that condition race could get him going the right way for Hall of Fame trainer Harold Barabee. I went 6, 3, and 4.
I agree. I have nothing to add. Rock Concert will win, I think, if he's anywhere near close to what he was when John had him. The 3 Cowboy Phil will be second, and I put the 1 in for third, Halo's Quest. He's also coming out of one of those non-winners of the non-1, 2, 3 of the meet, and ran and did win going long. But as you mentioned, It's Finally Friday comes out of that same race. But at least they both got confidence boosts. 6 and 3 for me are miles the best. 6, 3, 1 for me in the second. On to the third race, maiden $4,000 race for fillies and mares. Going 6.5 furlongs. The 4 horse, so quick. Certainly looks good. Had to be used a little hard from an outside draw last time, and I thought it still ran. Or actually, 2 starts back was outside draw. Last time really got used hard in between horses and ran a very game race. Marty Gar Mabel ended up nailing her at the wire, but still so quick, ran well. Not a lot of options after that. I put the 6 horse Tap It Dancer in the mix. I thought this horse was worth a look. Tap It Dance
ran against winners last time.
Winners for 16. Yeah. Obviously thought enough of her to run her there, and just dropped to the maiden 4 level. And I put the 5 horse Cascadia in for third. Tried long. She didn't want to go long. Set her back. She's been rested. She's a better sprinter. A race prior to that behind Discreet Country and Halloween Queen was very good. I thought noteworthy. She's live in here as well. She just, the route race really muddied up her form a bit, but she's been freshened up and has some good works. But the 4 horse, the horse to beat. 4.65.
Not much to add. I got So Quick on top, 4 starts, 3 seconds and a third. This could be graduation day for her. Her on top of Tap It Dance, the reasons you mentioned. First start of her career was against winners at the $16,000 level, now dropping in for 4 straight maidens, one to have a look at. And after that, what do? I threw in Darren got 20 on the Rob Maben barn. Why not? 4, 6, and 3 for me in the third race. On to the fourth. This is that good race we were talking about, that
Yes,
non-2, non-3
feature.
BC overnight handicap for 20 grand. Field of 7 in here. This is for 3 and up Colts and Geldings going 6.5. I went to the horse that's going to be the favorite, and why not? Driller has run just admirably throughout his career. What is he? 9. He's 10 for 12 lifetime in the money. The 2 times he didn't hit the board was in the Jack Diamond Futurity and the BC Derby. Still was only beaten 4 lengths in 1 and 6 lengths in the Derby. Actually ran, of the BC horses, ran very good in the Derby. I got Driller on top to beat the horse that I think is the main threat here is Fetisov. Broke his maiden, dropped down in the maiden 25 level, broke his maiden comfortably. Then his next start was a very tough one against Crackdown, Shooting Jacket, Silvertown.
Tough dash.
That's a salty heat.
That's a way tougher. Those are way tougher horses than what are in this.
Than what's in here. And
Driller.
more importantly, these are conditioned horses. Like Crackdown's won a ton of races, as is Shooting Jacket, as is Silvertown.
Yeah.
Now he's in against conditioned horses, and I think he fits very well in here. I do like him a fair bit as well. I got him in the second spot. And who did I throw in for third? Glenn Todd's got 2. I threw in Hanson's Victory, making his first start of the year, but a colt won very impressively last year. Breaking his maiden, did finish ahead of Driller in only his second start of his career. Breaking his maiden, has not run back. So obviously there are some issues there, but he's worked well coming into this. 59 on September 14th, flipped a coin, put him in third. I mean, it's jumping in the deep end of the water, running against these horses. His first start of the year. But I think this guy's a fair bit of talent, so I'm going to try him in the third spot. But for me, it's Driller and Fetisov, 3, 1, and 5.
I agree. Driller is the horse to beat by a mile. His best races have been sprinting. He's not a route horse. He has tried to route.
He runs good routing,
He
yeah.
has tried to route, but he
he's
can't
that
route.
good.
And it's against stakes horses.
Yeah.
But he's sprinting. He's a really nice horse, Driller. He's a nice horse, period. I shouldn't say he can't route. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's a really good
He's
horse.
really,
but he's better going 6.5.
Exactly. He's a
furlong.
really tough horse, but he's even tougher when he sprints.
And I put the one horse. I agree with Fetisov. That was a dirty race last time against older horses. That's a total tough class change from a maiden race to Crackdown and
Shooting Jacket,
those are accomplished stakes horses, and
it's going straight to the heavyweight division.
It was, and that was tough for Fetisov, but he's in a better spot. How about the 2 Parsimonious in for third? I don't think he's a lot. He really wants to sprint. He did run second to his time to shine, who's also in the race today. Ran second to Northern Storm, the filly, in a very good time, and he's just gaining experience. Then ran in the Derby. He wasn't disgraced in the Derby, but we'll see how he goes in here. But I know he's not the worst in the race.
He won't be 70-1 today.
No, he won't. I went 3-1-2 in the overnight handicap for the 3 and up. And on to race number 5, maiden $4,000 claimer for the boys, and I thought the one horse Act Up looked really good.
Yep.
This horse has the 1 start, did lose to Cherokee War Chant, but boy, that was Cherokee War Chant's millionth start, and Act Up's first start. So I think there's a lot of upside taking Act Up. Looks like your horse to beat. I put Cherokee War Chant in for second and El Cid for third. I think, though, I didn't see anything that would want to tilt me anywhere else. Maybe Red Denim. But that's it. I went 1-4-8.
I don't have much to add. Act Up looks to be very tough in here. As you mentioned, a good third in his first start. In his second start, now, running against horses with a lot more experience. In his second start, if he moves forward just a little bit, he wins it. Act Up for me, I got the same 2 bottom horse. I put El Cid in the second spot. Good third, the maiden 8 level, behind Brother Rod and Catch 21. Just didn't show up in his next start.
The last one was what bothered me, and that's the only reason I didn't pick him on top. I could see him winning.
Otherwise, he'd be right there. Yeah. But that last start was very disappointing. But he has been off since then and worked decently coming back. So I got him in the second spot and Cherokee War Chant in the third spot. 1, 8, and 4 for me in the 5th race. On to the 6th maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going 6.5 furlongs. Good to see them going 6.5. I went to Weekend Wizard, a horse that, look at that form. Second behind the very tough Nightly Pleasure in his first start. He was favored. Came back as the favorite in the CTHS Sales Stakes. Was in that 4-horse photo. Just got beat. What did he get beat? A neck.
Yep.
Very good race there. A lot of people thought that he would come back and win the Jack Diamond Futurity. Ran a little flat, but now went against Strayden Maidens. He should be very tough.
I was one of those people.
Yeah. I got Weekend Wizard on top in here. Back against Maidens, he should be very tough. The two horses look very tough in here. Weekend Wizard and the Chances Are. The Chances Are ran a very good race last time, just got collared by Rogerio late after setting all the early fractions, doing all the heavy lifting, and he should bounce back with a good effort as well today. After that, pick one. I tried Fort Mac, the sales topper from last year's sale. Again, I thought a good third in that Sluice to Boss Wise market race, that maiden race, 2 back.
Yep.
Then he tried the Jack Diamond Futurity, which he probably wasn't ready for. He's still very green. And
11 hole didn't help.
Yeah, and the 11 hole didn't help
That's
him
a dirty
either.
blow.
Now back in against straight maidens. He is a horse that's going to take a while. I remember Lance telling me he's not the brightest guy, and he's still figuring it out, so I didn't want to leave him off the ticket. 8, 1, and 2 for me.
I agree with the 8 and 1. I mean, Weekend Wizard's definitely your horse to beat. I like the horse in the Futurity, and I'm definitely going to pick him in a maiden race. Just things didn't work out. A lot easier spot for Weekend Wizard. That's your horse to beat. The Chances Are hit every shot to win. Kind of almost like he got lost in the stretch.
Yeah, because he was over there by
made
himself.
the lead and the head come up and the ears pricked and here comes Rogerio, and the horse didn't have an answer for him when he did gallop by him.
Yeah.
But still, horse ran a good race.
He looks the best of the rest.
Definitely if the 8 doesn't win, the 1 will. And I put the 7 horse back alley Denali for Deirdre Bell. Pretty good work. This horse has been unlucky not getting into. Kind of hung on the Alsos about a month back, but the horse looks like he's got a little bit of run to him, and we'll see how he goes. Ruben Lara rides, been doing some morning work for her. So I went 8, 1, and 7. I think Weekend Wizard is your horse to beat in race number 6. On to the 7th race, got some $4,000 fillies and mares, non-2 lifetime, going 6 1/2 furlongs. Ended up on the 1 horse Swagger Cat. Shortening back up to 6.5 after some good races going along. This horse has been battling on the head end, and I just think she's the best non-2 horse at this level anyway. Yeah. I put the 7 horse Miss Finality, dropping off for him, but still may get in for him. Obviously racing against easier horses, this may be the tonic she needs to get a victory. And I put the 3 horse Seagold in for third, as between her and Gold Girl. You should know the Gold Girl's in this race. She's a maiden, but Barb had 2 other maidens in the maiden 4,000 yesterday, and
can't run them all.
You can't run them all in the same race.
Only break
so
one maiden.
one of them had to go somewhere else, and Gold Girl ended up in the non-2, and that's why she's here. But 1, 7, and 3 for me. I like Swagger Cat to defeat Miss Finality.
I went with Miss Finality. She was off for 2 years and came back this year, wins right out of the box, then tackled tough horses. Omi, she only gets beat half by Omi. Runs 4th against Notice the Jewel, who's won 2 stakes now. Gets beat a length by Winning Edge. Runs against Morning Blurs. Even that last one, only beat 3 lengths with Halloween Queen, Tell Us a Tale. Those are considerably tougher fillies. Those are non-3. Now into a straight non-2 for a top trainer, Mark Kluch. I got Miss Finality on top of Alder Glory. I put Alder Glory in there with a shot.
Running well.
Good second behind Flaming Youth last time. And another one that's right there, right? She breaks her maiden, comes back 3rd behind Halloween Queen and Flaming Youth, then 2nd behind Flaming Youth. So she's getting closer to her non-2. Got her in the 2nd spot, and I threw Mardi Gras Mabel, broke her maiden comfortably over Oh So Quick. Sometimes those first start against winners can throw her for a loop. It was also sloppy that day, so I'm tossing that one out, hoping she can rebound today with a better effort. 7, 8, and 6 for me in the 7th. On to the 8th. Fillies and Mares, 4 non-2, going a mile and a 16th. Field of 8, and I did land on the 8 here, Extramarital, taking the classic Glenn Todd plunge from the $16,000 level, where she ran 3rd against Tinderette, Don't Tell My Husband, after getting pressured early on the lead. Not crazy fractions, 23 and 2 and 47, but she was getting bothered the whole way, and that's why she surrendered the lead. In her for 4 non-2, I think she's going to be a handful. I have her on top of the 2, Free and Fast. Another one, Stakes Place filly, ran 2nd behind Sea Eau Claire last year in the sale stake, running maiden 16s. Another one, Cool Candy, Notice the Jewel, Dazzling Dawn last time in the sale stakes, now in for 4 non-2. She should be heard from in here. I've heard in the 2nd spot. And the 3rd spot, I put Forever Crystal, one of my faves out of the Rob Maben barn. I mean, just an ultra consistent mare.
Yeah, always in
always
the
a third, second, 3rd. She's, always seems to hit the boards.
Perfect triactor or superfectors.
Exactly. 5 starts this year, has not won, has also not hit the board, not missed the board. 8, 2, and 5 for me.
I don't have a lot. I went Free and Fast, but I mean, they're interchangeable.
Yeah,
I went Free and Fast to defeat Extramarital. It's Free and Fast, not to be repetitive.
Yeah.
Extramarital, and then like a big gap to the next. I put Shadow Dancer for 3rd.
Yeah.
But I mean, Free and Fast, dropping out of sales stake, wasn't disgraced in that race, and prior to that, pretty comfortable win.
Yeah, only beat a length
dropped
and
in
3
class.
quarters. Only beat a length and 3 quarters last time behind Princess Katie, who was a
I know,
stakes winner.
that's a pretty good run.
Yeah.
And an extramarital, that was a big run, chasing hot fractions against Tinderette and Don't Tell My Husband. You know, those sorts are better horses than these by a mile. And I put Shadow Dancer, who did have to battle. The track was really dead that day. I think you'll notice the big slow variant that day.
That was first start going long too. She could move
And
forward.
she had to battle the whole way, even though the fractions weren't crazy fast, but still, she ran well. I went 2-8-1 in the 8th and final event on the Sunday program. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Hi, Darren. How you doing, buddy? Our property manager, Darren, just dropped in for a wave.
Celebrity.
Yes, he's the most famous guy here on the property. Anyway. Back in race number 1 with the 5 Irish. The last one we go 5, 2, and 3. Race number 2, I went to the 6 Rock Concert over the 3 and 1. Race number 3, I went to the 4. Oh, so quick. Looks pretty solid in here. I'm going to go 4, 6, and 5. Race number 4, the 3 Driller, getting out of the Derby into an allowance race. Looks pretty solid. I went 3, 1, and 2. Race number 5, it started a late pick 4. I went to the 1 Act Up. Second start of her career. I think this one, or his career, could be pretty live. 1, 4, and 8. Race number 6, I went to the 8 Weekend Wizard, dropping out of the Futurity into an allowance race. Going to be pretty live in here. 8, 1, and 7. Race number 7, I went to the 1 Swagger Cat, cutting back to 6.5 furlongs, maybe to defeat the 7 Miss Finality. 1, 7, and 3 for me in the 7th. And in the 8th, I went to the 2 Free and Fast. Looks like 2 and 8 for me though. I went 2, 8, 1. On
to my picks.
There we go.
There we go. Back in the first, I went to the 4 Velvet Rose over the 2 and the 5. The second, I agree with Mike. Actually, I agree with Mike on pretty much the rest of the card here. Number 6
Pretty
Rock
formidable
Concert.
day,
Yeah,
looks like.
number 6 Rock Concert over the 3 and the 4. And the third, number 4 Oh So Quick over the 6 and the 3. And the fourth, number 3 Driller over the 1 and the 4. And the fifth, number 1 Act Up over the 8 and the 4. And the sixth, number 8 Weekend Wizard over the 1 and the 2. Now we start to change around a little bit in the last 2. I went to the 7 in the 7th, Miss Finality over the 8 and the 6. And in the nightcap, I went to the 8 Extramarital over the 2 and the 5.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget that big Sea to Sky Pick 6
Yeah, keep an eye on
carryover.
that.
Hopefully it does carry over to Sunday, or hopefully one of you win it.
Like to see it keep building.
keep
If it's
rolling.
not me that's winning it, I would like to see it keep building.
But
yes.
28,000 is currently sitting at
Yes.
heading into the Saturday program. Of course, we're doing the Sunday races. But our next live cards will be next Saturday and Sunday,
Yep.
the 30th and October the 1st. I think we had some stakes races next weekend. We do have
Yes, the first.
the Ascot graduation and the fantasy next week. The 2-year-old fillies and 2-year-old colts and geldings will be in action in the mile and 16th races. The first distance test for them, and that should be a lot of fun. It's
Yeah,
always,
those are always great
It
races.
separates the the 6 furlong type horses and the ones that maybe aren't doing so well going 6 and running 3rd, 4th, 5th. Those ones maybe jump up and
a
win.
new
but,
game, yeah.
But yeah, the mile on the 16th. But we have 2 stakes races next weekend to do. We only have 5 racing weekends left, but still lots of championship honors
Get
on
out
the
there and
line.
enjoy it before it gets too cold.
Right. No, hopefully it's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be okay.
Supposed to be
It's kind
okay
of
this
muddled
weekend for
weather,
sure,
but
yeah.
still it's going to be reasonably comfortable. I don't want to say warm, but should be a great afternoon of racing on Sunday. Once again, first post at 1:50 on behalf of Drew. Thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicappers Corner, and we'll see you next time here at the Derby Barn Grill.